We're looking at a 43% increase in our trash pickup costs.
I think we'd have an auditorium full of residents with pitchforks and torches.
The cost of residential trash collection is going up in St. Johns County.
Commissioners have approved a plan to increase residents' cost for curbside service from $254 a year now to $454 annually by the year 2030. County Public Works Director Greg Caldwell.
A couple years ago, we did enter into a new residential collection contract with FCC Environmental. That was a major change in the way that we delivered our services. It was a new provider, same level of service, but there was an increase in cost on a monthly basis from FCC from the previous provider, either was Republic or Waste Management.
County Republican Party Chair Denver Cook opposed the increase.
We're looking at a 43% increase in our trash pickup costs, on top of the fact that since 2020, our budget in St. Johns County has gone from $1,053 million to $1,750 million. It's a $700 million increase in our overall budget just since 2020. And now they want to do a 43% tax increase for trash collection.
Commissioner Christian Whitehurst asked Caldwell about reducing service.
What if we wanted to do away with recycling just to do a cost savings for our residents?
We could look at reducing the service levels, and if we took out recycling, there would still be a cost. It's not a zero cost by just taking away from recycling, because then that is generated into household garbage.
Resident Ed Slavin with a suggestion.
Why not have local employees of the government rather than contracting it out? We could do it cheaper and better, and less opportunities for waste, fraud, abuse, misfeasance, malfeasance, and nonfeasance.
Caldwell assures his staff will continue to search for ways to save taxpayers money.
We're always looking at options to make sure that we provide the lowest cost to the citizens of St. Johns County at the service levels that they're requesting. We're always looking at those options to see what we can do to improve service, reduce cost, and if we can come up with something, we'll bring it back to the Commission's attention.
I'm Daryl Moody reporting.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located off I-95 at exit 311.
It's very important to the residents in this county that we preserve as many trees as we can.
County Commissioner Ann Taylor picked up on a slight error in one of our reports and wants to set the record straight. Here's Liz Ryan.
For the past year and a half, we've brought you ongoing coverage of Commissioner Krista Joseph's 14-point plan to strengthen tree protections. Only 3 made it to last week's meeting, and just 2 survived. A proposal to decrease clear-cutting allowed in a PUD was voted down 3-2, and I had said developers will still be allowed to clear-cut 90% of a property on a PUD. Commissioner Ann Taylor corrects me.
The tree preservation proposal was to reduce the amount of clear cutting allowed in large PUDs from 95% to 90%. I'm so disappointed that 3 of my fellow board members did not vote for that. I think that's very reasonable. I was actually hoping to even do much lower than 90%, but we thought, well, this 90% was considered a compromise.
The 2 out of the original 14 points that survived are standardizing tree measurement methods by measuring all trees by the diameter at breast height, and increasing fees if a developer promises to preserve a certain amount of trees and doesn't. Their fee goes up from $25 to $100. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
We're raising this fee to get compliance. We don't want to use this as a revenue generating machine where we're just issuing parking tickets to everybody. We're doing it as a deterrent so that they're not parking illegally in the historic downtown district.
City of St. Augustine Assistant City Manager Reuben Franklin talking about the City Commission's approval of the first reading of an ordinance raising illegal parking fines.
The City Commission is digging deeper into proposed changes to increase parking fines from $35 to $100 for certain violations. Commissioner Cynthia Garris.
I really believe a $100 fine for blocking somebody's driveway really needs to be done. People are really angry if they've been in traffic and they want to go home and now they can't even get in their driveway. But I just think unless we do some magic with that yellow paint, we're asking for trouble.
Commissioner Garris is referring to the paint on the yellow curbs that's faded and needs a new coat of paint, or tickets may be disputed. However, the ordinance does not affect the existing $25 fine for expired violations involving meters. The ordinance to increase fines is being reviewed at the August 25th Commission meeting, and there will be time for a public hearing before a final vote. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.